high five.
Yay!
All right, good to have you here.
Yes, good to be here.
All right, well, welcome everybody. We are here. If you have any questions that we've both been through that exam, we're not looking forward to taking it again. Right? Okay, so yeah, welcome everybody. Today is the last day of December in 2021. I was almost gonna say 2022. And we're going to talk about our upcoming NBHWC National Board of Health and Wellness Coaching exam and how to prepare for it. I have developed the course and Marianne is going to help me deliver this time around. So Marianne, where would you like us to start?
Well, perhaps we could start by just telling a little bit about ourselves. Would you like to start, Tijen?
Sure, absolutely. I hope that people joined us already know that. But maybe not. I'm Tijen Genco. I'm Master Certified Coach with International Coach Federation and Board Certified Health and Wellness Coach. I've been a coach over 20-some years and mentor and coach educator and continuing education provider for both NBHWC and ICF. And I teach coaching in my own platform, gencocoaching.com, as well as in the academic environment, both with the University of Texas at Dallas, as well as University of Maryland.
Thank you. And I can tell a little bit about myself. So I am a National Board Certified Health and Wellness Coach, as well as a professional certified coach with the International Coaching Federation. I've been coaching for 3 years. I come to coaching from another healthcare profession. I've been an occupational therapist since 1996. And I just really love coaching. I offer coaching, one-on-one coaching privately to clients. And then I also work for a national organization that provides mental health coaching to individuals who are high risk with comorbid medical needs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you may be saying that you are 3 years in coaching, but you have centuries of experience to bring into coaching. Yeah, thank you for that share, Marianne.
Yeah, so we are here to talk about the course, and I want to start by letting everybody know that if they want to know more about the course or they're interested in signing up for the course, they can learn more about it at your website, gencocoaching.com, on the events page.
Yes, thank you for that share. Absolutely. And keep an eye on that page for any other interesting and exciting opportunities as well. In addition to our upcoming NBHWC Exam Prep Course. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And there are a lot of fascinating opportunities there.
Thank you, Marianne.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So perhaps we could start by just sharing some basic information about the course that we're offering. So I can share that the course consists of 4 live 90-minute sessions, and we will be offering 1 session each month between January and April. We could get a little bit more specific. The first session's the 4th Saturday of the month in January, and the remaining sessions will each be the 3rd Saturday of the month. Let's see. As I said, you can go to gencocoaching.com to learn more about it. Tijen, who did you have in mind? Who did you create the course for?
Yeah, I would thank you for that share, Marianne. And I'm also asking me this question. Before I get into that, I want to say that Marianne shared that we are running the course monthly. And the reason for that is that I've designed this. Those of you who are familiar with it or want to familiar with it, get with the content. It's very extensive. There's a lot of things to study. And we wanted to break it down to the digestible pieces and leave the space in between the sessions. So there are some other courses out there that they are running in a much more frequent time frame. We find that this is a best practice that helping the participants to study without being overwhelmed and digest the learning. So what I had in mind, this course targets the people who have been familiar with coaching, like I have been. I had been a long-time coach before I took the exam, or people are just graduating or graduated from a functional or health and wellness coaching program. And they are planning on taking the exam. Of course, that we welcome others that they want to get a good overview of any coaching program, and they may eventually be finding this helpful even for the International Coach Federation Coach Knowledge exam, that because we have a comprehensive case studies to go over. But the main intention was for the people who are preparing for the exam. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you. I thought perhaps since you and I have both taken the exam in the past, we could share a little bit about our experiences, because one of the benefits of taking this course is getting to learn from our experience. What was that like for you, Tijen, when you took the NBHWC exam?
Thank you for that question. I had been getting migraines for over 20 years, and that was like the biggest migraine ever. For me. And in fact, I did have a migraine that day. It was quite, I find it to be stressful because you need to go to an exam place. You're restricted in what you can wear, what you can eat, when you can go to the bathroom. And all that is, I think, adding additional stress to the exam taker, more than the exam itself. And it's also very extensive and long. I found that no matter, I tend to eat little and eat often, so you can't do that. And I found that towards the end of it, I was really getting tired, and my blood sugar levels were getting low, besides what was in the exam. And also, I teach this during the exam, that if you have perfectionist tendencies, you will have you may struggle with the exam questions, because they may give you less than optimal choices, and sometimes you will feel that none of them are exact what you want to say, because they are not asking you exact responses, but what you may do in a case study. So yeah, that was my experience, that I took the exam with 2 prescription migraine medicine. So yeah, and I was trying to eat something, definitely took the break to eat and drink something to be able to carry forward. How was it for you, Marianne?
It was similarly stressful. You know, I had really worked hard to prepare for it. And I am one of those perfectionists. So I was feeling that stress you're describing. I have issues with histamine reactions, and the stress combined with other things in my life at the time triggered a big histamine response. So my heart was racing, my chest hurt, I was really hot. I remember during the break, I live in Wisconsin, it was like in the 20s that day. I ran outside just trying to cool off. It's really funny now, but at the time it was pretty stressful. Yeah, absolutely. I felt like I learned a lot in taking the test, but it was stressful. And you know, I imagine now, Tijen, I took the test in February 2020, right before the pandemic began.
Yeah.
I imagine now there's another layer of stress that is occurring for test takers, and being able to prepare mindfully for that is really important.
Yes, I can only imagine. And I remember also that I found when I took the break to go to the bathroom and eat and all that. I came back, and those of the people that haven't been to an exam location, they actually want to see your ankles and wrists and all that to make sure that nothing is hidden there. So there were people ahead of me. I prepared, pulled my pants up so they can see, and because I pulled them up already, they wanted me to pull it higher. So you cannot be so prepared to get in and get out. So it's a very interesting experience that I wish not to take it again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So learners who take this course can benefit both from your knowledge, because this is what you considered when you created the course, and then also my experience as well as instructor.
Absolutely, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Double the benefit. Buy one and get two for free. Yeah.
I think as we talk about the course, it's important for us to clarify that you created the course not to be a comprehensive overview of the content, but rather an opportunity to learn best practices to study and prepare for the exam, and to really know how to read the exam questions and interpret them.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you for that. Yeah, because in 4 90-minute session, there is no way that we can teach that content. And because this core exam is open to the people who are graduating from the training, we need to make an assumption that those trainings were able to appropriately train these people in those competency areas. And if that is less than desirable, then they can learn more about it through the reference materials. In fact, that's what I teach in the first session, that go through your knowledge and understand, and if you need additional knowledge, then you can study further the materials. And we are happy, whether it's me or you as the instructor, answer the questions. But the real purpose of this training is to prepare how to read the questions relevant to the exam areas and how to respond to them. That there is a technique and the way to read this, so that they are, if they are like you and I, perfectionist tendencies, don't get stuck on the how the questions are asked. And really, there are particular signs in the way that the item writers that they are preparing the exam questions are utilizing. So we are teaching them, and that's how I created the course, to keep an eye on those and decode them in a way so they can find the best answers.
That's right. And I think it's important to add too that the test questions on the NBHWC exam are designed to have us apply our knowledge, as opposed to just put memorized answers out there. So there does take some skill in learning how to read and interpret the questions.
Yes, absolutely. It would have been maybe for some people like me, I'm not good in memorizing things. So for people like me, might have had a little challenge with that, but it would have been still much easier if they were asking, what is this, what is that, about specifics about the theories and numbers and all that. But it's not like you were saying. They are asking, really comprehending of what the scenario is, and as a coach, how do you respond to the scenario? And so in that way, I think the participants, actually, that has been my experience, my students expressed to me, that was so helpful, that they were remembering my voice in their head as they were saying, Tijen. And I use this method when I teach this, ding, 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 look at this, ding, ding, ding. It's gonna ring in your head to see, oh, that's what that means. That's what that means. That's how I need to read and respond. Yeah, that will be helpful that way. Anything else you wanted to add there, Marianne?
Well, you mentioned the item writers
Yes.
for the exam, and this brings us to a point that's really distinctive about this course. Can you share with our viewers how you prepared this course by speaking with an actual item writer?
Yeah, yeah, thank you for that. As a Lean Six Sigma expert, I tend to find the best practices when I am preparing for anything, especially the course. So part of the research then was to understand science behind how these item writers were thinking, what they were looking at. So because the fact is, I think there are a lot of people, I am one of those, like to, if they're experiential learners. So then there was an absence of our ability to take a practice exam. And I was thinking, how can I make that as close to that as possible? Although when I was preparing, there were trial exams out there, but none of them were prepared by the item writers because the NBHWC doesn't allow that. And if they choose to prepare in sort of a trial exam, then they need to resign from their position. So then I said, let me interview one and have them tell me what key points that they were actually looking as they craft the questions. So that was very helpful, and that's I think makes this training much different and more unique than any others out there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really appreciate that aspect of this course.
Yeah.
Because it is of so great value. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So let's see, you mentioned that past students have said they could hear you in their head as they took the test. I'm wondering, is there anything else that you'd like to share about what past students have shared with you after taking this course?
Absolutely. And I have variety of students like you, that people were coming from physical therapy background, nursing background, and therapist background and coaching background. So these people were already very knowledgeable people that even then when they came to this training, I think it is helpful for the participants to know that I have embedded case studies in each of the monthly session, 90-minute session, that there is a case study discussion. So therefore, it's quite helpful for students to have a dialogue with one another, hearing how each other are thinking, and then hearing us as the trainer, what the item writers might be looking for and how they need to read the training and all that. So those are also helpful aspects in that. So then those people that they take into training, like I said, with a very rich background themselves, they were saying, Tijen, your case studies were much harder than the questions. So these felt like easy breezy, and your questions were much more puzzling, and you prepared us so well. That was another common theme that coming through. And they also find that the way I teach this, not to be perfectionist, I give certain tips and techniques in the training, so that they found that also helpful to not to get stuck when they feel like, oh, this has to be like this and so on. They found that very helpful as well. Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that. You weren't teaching this course when I was preparing for the exam.
No.
So I think if I was to reflect on how it might have been different for me if I had taken this course, I think I would have been more focused in my studying.
Mm-hmm.
I had the opportunity to prepare with some other individuals preparing for the exam, and I think we did a good job, but looking at the NBHWC outline to prepare for the exam can be really overwhelming. And I spent a lot of time just trying to memorize as much of that content as I could, even though I knew the exam questions were going to be more application questions. I feel the way you presented the information would have helped me to focus a lot more, because we don't really need to just memorize a lot of information for this test, do we?
Yeah, no, not necessarily, except aware that the biometrics, I mean, which is a limited information, even then, that we're teaching the participants to how to really understand and memorize the key biometrics, not whole spectrum of everything. Yeah, yeah, certainly. I'm glad that you were able to share that for the participants.
Yeah, absolutely. And to just kind of take a step back, I've been one of your students now since 2018, and I've taken a lot of your classes. And I'd just like to share that I find all of your classes to be really enlightening and inspiring and transformative. And so just as one of your students, I can share with others that I think your classes are of very high value.
Thank you. I appreciate hearing that, especially knowing that it is coming from you, because you are an avid learner, and the people that who are with us right now, they may not know that Marianne probably takes at least 10, 20 more courses a year. Thank you. I appreciate hearing that. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So I want to just repeat for everybody again that if you're interested in learning more about this course, you'd like to learn about what the current price is, or you'd like to sign up, please go to gencocoaching.com at the events page, and you can learn more there. I'm wondering, I don't know if we've had any questions. I haven't seen any questions come through, Tijen. We might want to just pause and see if we can answer any questions.
Yeah, I haven't seen any questions either. While we're waiting for that, if anybody wants to put it as a comment and or ask us questions, I want to share that there is also a virtual classroom environment in this course that the participants find very helpful, where we post the materials and give a pace and rhythm to the studying, as well as they get to interact with their teacher. This time around is going to be Marianne, beautiful, and yeah, and post their questions and collaborate with other participants of the course. Absolutely, yeah.
Yes, thank you for sharing that, Tijen.
Yeah.
As we wait maybe just a little longer here in case anybody would like to submit a question, is there anything remaining that we haven't talked about today in relation to the course that you wanted to discuss?
I'm thinking, and I think we talked about the course platform and the pace, and we also share the best practices that both Marianne and I have developed, as well as I developed over talking to the item writer, that other things that you may think about environmentally going for the exam, and how to prepare from self-confidence perspective as well. So really coaching you also a little bit on that, how to develop your confidence, because as we both shared, that the content outline can be overwhelming. It is a large content outline with a lot of references that constantly being updated, and sometimes it's not updated. Right, even that can create frustrations, that you're clicking on the link that doesn't work. And so at least you will have us with you and listening to you. Yeah, that's what I thought. Anything else on your end that might be helpful?
No, I think we did a pretty good job covering all of the basics of the course. And of course, anybody who has questions can probably reach out to either of us to learn more.
Absolutely, yeah. And you also posted the information with the link to gencocoaching.com on your own website, right, Marianne? If you wanted to tell people how to find that on your website and how to find your contact information as well.
That's right. Thank you. My website is createhigherwellbeing.com, and individuals can go there. And as you said, I've posted the information at my website as well, and they can contact me through the website.
Absolutely, yeah. And they can also contact me through my website contact form. Good. Well, I think that I'm not seeing any questions, so we can end it here. Thank you so much for being with me here, although it took us a little bit to join. And I hope that the participants will find this helpful. We will post it, and if there is questions, you can find both Marianne and I through our websites, and more information again on this course is available at gencocoaching.com under the events page, and the contact information is there as well as the registration link. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
Take care, Marianne.
Yep.
Thanks for joining.
Bye-bye.
Bye.